All right. Football is one of America's favorite sports, yet it also carries one of the most unrecognized dangers, which are concussions. These concussions often go unnoticed and untreated. The purpose of my speech is to inform you about concussions and how they are a serious health concern because of how they occur, their long term effects, and the improved but still very limited measures designed to prevent them. After reviewing medical sources such as the CDC and Mayo Clinic, along with NCAA safety guidelines, I've gained a deeper understanding of how concussions happen and why they matter. As someone who has participated in and watched football for years, I understand how easy it is to overlook the risks beyond the excitement of the sport. A concussion is a type of traumatic brain injury caused by the blow to the head or severe hit to the body. This hit then causes the brain to move rapidly inside the skull, causing it to bump off the skull. Terms such as CTE, impact force, and return to play protocols refer to long-term brain conditions and safety procedures in sports medicine. Many of you watch football, have family that's played football, or work with young athletes. Understanding concussions and their risks can help you recognize symptoms, encourage safe play, and support athletes who may not realize the seriousness of head injuries. Today I will explain what a concussion is, why football has such a high rate of concussions, and the effects and safety measures that influence player health. Now that you have an overview of the topic, let's begin by looking at what a concussion actually is. A concussion is a traumatic brain injury caused by rapid movement of the brain inside the skull. For example, in the image, the shock wave of coming forward or backward causes the brain to move, which can cause it to bump into the skull, ultimately leading to a concussion. This sudden movement can cause chemical changes and temporary dysfunction in the brain. These effects often occur when athletes show no physical signs of injuries. A concussion occurs when a bump, blow, or jolt to the head or body causes the brain to move rapidly back and forth. Athletes may experience confusion, dizziness, or delayed responses immediately after this hit. Concussions can affect thinking, memory, balance, and reaction time. These symptoms can develop slowly, making the injury harder to recognize. Many concussions go unreported because athletes minimize or overlook symptoms. Sometimes willingness to play or not wanting to get taken out of the game can cause them to hide their symptoms from people. Athletes may fear being removed, disappointing teammates, or coaches and other teammates sometimes miss their behavioral changes or will ignore it completely to keep them in the game. Understanding what a concussion is helps us to see why football players are especially vulnerable to them. Football has a high rate of successions due to the dynamics of the sport. Players are constantly taking hits. They're encouraged to run full speed at each other and hit as hard as they can, which leads to big concussion rates. Hits like this in the picture show kind of issues that can come with football. Helmet-to-helmet contact, high-speed hits, anything like that can lead to a concussion. These concussions do often go unrecognized because of the mentality behind football of being hard playing and not wanting to leave the game. Helmet-to-helmet is the biggest one, and there are safety measures now in play to keep players from targeting towards the head. The speed and force behind a hit creates a high risk for brain injuries, which can also be neck injuries as well. But even body tackles can lead to concussions. Tackling techniques and defense strategies contributes to frequent head impacts. Even a good clean tackle can cause a concussion if a player's head bounces off the ground wrong or the jolt to their body is so intense. Many defense plays require athletes to accelerate quickly and collide with opponents at full speed. Blocking and tackling drills in practice also expose players to repeated impacts over and over again. The tradition of play through the pain leads to a big underreporting of concussion symptoms. Athletes may stay in the game regardless of symptoms because they fear losing playing time. Pressure from teammates, coaches, and parents or fans can also deter them from reporting symptoms. Because concussions happen so frequently, it is important to understand their short-term and long-term effects and what is being done to protect athletes. Concussions have very significant short-term and long-term effects, and new safety measures have been put into place to reduce these risks. Helmets are a very big change that's been made in football, and new padding, guardian caps. There are a lot of different things that are being utilized. Tackling, less impact have been used to change the risk numbers for concussions in football. Concussions cause short-term physical and cognitive symptoms, such as headaches, nausea, confusion, dizziness. Those are more of your common immediate effects, but there are also very long-term effects, which can include memory issues, emotional changes, such as CTE. Difficulty concentrating and sensitivity to light may also last for a few days to weeks. Repeated concussions can lead to chronic problems with mood, sleep, and behavior. Conditions such as chronic traumatic encephalopathy, which is CTE, is developed from repeated brain trauma over time. Another major risk when having multiple concussions, especially if they're back-to-back, can be brain bleeding. It can cause the brain to swell, which leads to further health concerns, including hospitalization. Safety measures aim to prevent concussions and protect athletes. Improved helmet technology reduces impact force, even though no helmet can prevent all concussions. Rules changes like targeting penalties and limits on full contact practices reduce dangerous collisions while educating earlier and early reporting. Now that we have explored crucial points, let's conclude by reviewing what we have learned. As we come to the end of this speech, it's important to think about the seriousness of concussions in football. Concussions remain a major health concern in football due to how they occur, their long-term effects, and the developing safety measures that are being put into place to prevent them. Today we examined what a concussion is, why football has a very high rate of concussions, and the short-term and long-term effects, as well as the safety measures designed to protect athletes. Whether you play sports, watch sports, or know someone that's involved in sports, you can encourage safer practices, recognize concussions, symptoms, and support athletes to seek proper care after experiencing any of these side effects. By understanding this issue together, we can help create a safer environment for all athletes at all levels and strengthen our shared responsibility towards their health. As football continues to evolve, awareness and responsible decision-making remain our strongest tools of defense for protecting our athletes and safeguarding the future of all sports. Thank you.